Hello everybody, this is your evil twin welcoming you back to Let's Play Wolfenstein, where every Nazi slaughtered has been free range and chemically untreated since 1943.
There's a farmhouse up this road where the Nazis are stationed. Good luck, BJ.
This is ridiculous. Why in hell are we guarding a farm? All this rotating guard in and out. There's something going on here. They don't want anyone to figure it out.
It seems the secrets of the farm are above their pay grade. Yeah, there we go. Now that I've silently taken them both out, I guess they'll never get to know what's going on around here. Well, there's some guards hanging out outside that building, and I think there's a few more inside, but they haven't noticed that anything's amiss. It's nice to get out of the city and have a change of scenery. Windmill over there. I can't go in that direction though, there's an invisible wall. You may or may not have noticed that there's no longer a compass at the top of the screen. That's because I modified the game to remove it. It seemed weird having a waypoint at the top telling you secret entrance to Nazi base located here. Oh, it's a raven. Now let's see whether I can use my submachine gun to snipe people. Yep, that did the trick, but it didn't go unnoticed. He's checking out the body and he's called for help. There's someone else running. I'd better bid my retreat. Now the reason I'm being cautious is that as well as removing the compass to make the game a bit harder, I've also modified the enemies to give more of a challenge. Now I recently replayed Return to Castle Wolfenstein from 2001, and it was pretty obvious that the enemies had more health than they do in Wolfenstein 2009. The enemies, they needed 5 bullets from the MP40 submachine gun to go down, compared to just 3 bullets in Wolfenstein 2009. Now, the Thompson submachine gun could kill enemies with just 4 bullets rather than 5, but it used rare American bullets that would not be dropped by any of the enemies. So they basically considered the ability to kill enemies with 4 bullets rather than 5 something of a luxury. My personal favourite was the Sten gun. Kills enemies with just 3 bullets, and it's silenced, and it's deadly accurate. Now, all of these advantages over the other submachine guns comes at the cost of it overheating after just a few shots, so you couldn't use it to mow down squads. When it comes to the MP40 submachine gun in Wolfenstein 2009, that starts the game just as powerful as the Sten gun. It can kill enemies with just 3 bullets. Then you can buy the big bore damage upgrade to kill enemies with just 2 bullets. And you can also buy the silencer and the recoil and accuracy upgrades. Basically make it as accurate as the old Sten gun and even more powerful without the overheating issues. So yeah, that definitely makes it much easier than Return to Castle Wolfenstein. So to fix that, I've boosted the health of enemies so that to start with you'll need 5 bullets to kill enemies, or 4 bullets if you shoot them in the chest, and then if you buy the big bore damage upgrade you can take them out with just 3 bullets. That means that the gun starts off as a sort of cross between the MP40 and the Thompson, and you can then upgrade it into the Sten gun. Now, the Kar 98 bolt-action rifle needed 2 bullets to kill an enemy, which really made quite a difference. If you needed to take an enemy out in one hit, you'd have to aim for the head. While if you compare that with Wolfenstein 2009, you can kill enemies by shooting them anywhere. You can shoot them in the leg or in the arm, and it's a one-shot kill. That means the only reason to buy the big bore damage upgrade is to see some nice gory dismemberment effects. It doesn't actually make any difference to the weapon's effectiveness. Now, in Return to Castle Wolfenstein, when you get the sniper scope, you also get a damage boost. Zooming in lets you kill enemies with 1 shot, but you can't move around while zoomed in with the sniper scope. If you try to move around, you'll drop back into normal view, and then, if you fire unscoped shots, it'll take 2 shots to kill an enemy. Also, halfway through the game, the normal soldiers get replaced with tougher variants that need 2 sniper shots in order to kill them. So those one-shot kills are, are short-lived. It's only for a limited portion of the game. The other thing that makes Return to Castle Wolfenstein harder than Wolfenstein 2009 is that the enemies have much better reaction times. In Wolfenstein 2009, the enemies always take the time to shout, "That man is a spy!" and they wait a second and a half before they actually open fire on you. It gives you plenty of time to mow them down. And of course you can use Maya to slow down time and stretch out the second and a half delay to last several seconds. You can eliminate an entire squad without any of them firing a single shot. No chance of doing that with Return to Castle Wolfenstein reaction times. It only takes half a second for them to realise what's going on and open fire on you. So, to recreate the Return to Castle Wolfenstein experience, I've improved enemy reaction times, I've increased enemy health, and I've removed the compass and waypoint system. See here, enemy showing off some decent, searching artificial intelligence. I think that's enough of them taken care of sneakily. Let's demonstrate the improved enemy health. I'll aim for his arm, and I crippled his arm. That's the game's rather good wound system in action. You hardly ever get to see it because normally the enemies have such low health. There, I crippled his leg, causing him to limp around a bit, and after a few seconds he'll bleed to death from that injury. See that chest shots are still instantly lethal. If you shoot someone in a limb, it takes a few seconds to kill him. Any Smashing Pumpkin fans? Amazing pumpkin physics. Looks like I took care of everyone. You can see how they've been spending their recreational time. Sounds like there's someone still about. I also changed the game so that I made it so that dropped weapons and ammo, they no longer have a sort of shiny highlight effect.
And I'll make your death quick.
I'm not going to do that. I'm not a big fan of glowing, shiny weapon pickups, but I did keep the shiny effects on the gold and intel and interactable objects. Did somebody just smash through the window? Behaviour like that could lead to an accident! What? Okay, in the Vale, it seems that the mountain becomes an erupting volcano. It's interesting. Machine gun. Tome of Power! I just had to do that. These guys, they're really axing for trouble. I bet he's hopping mad. Sorry. Seems the machine gun crew stashed some gold away for themselves. Back over this wall is the starting area, so I guess I could have killed the machine gunners from over there without having to do that crazy charge. Uh-oh. Here comes trouble. It's the SS. They're much more dangerous than regular soldiers, because they're armed with the MP43 assault rifle. So far I've been the only one using that weapon, and it's not nice to have it turned against me. It's also historically accurate. They were the first guys to field test the MP43. Damn it, that guy... Nah, that truck was blocking my shots. They also have more health than regular soldiers. You might not notice that in the normal unmodified game, but with my changes it's quite noticeable. Yeah, that driver just sits there like a lemon until you shoot him. Those swastika scum won't be going on any more hay rides.
What's wrong? Run out!
Two bags of gold right next to each other. Could try and snipe everyone from there, but it seems that those enemies are pretty good at sniping that position as well. Seems like a good way to get myself shot in the head.
Wherever you are, we will find you.
They're retreating. That's pretty cool.
That man is a spy! Everyone go!
Phew, that was quite something. The equivalent of these SS assault rifle soldiers in Return to Castle Wolfenstein was the Black Guards. They were SS paratroopers armed with the FG-42 paratrooper rifle, which was basically the equivalent of the assault rifle. What really set them apart, though, as well as their powerful rifle, was they had 3 times the health of an ordinary soldier, and they were real bullet sponges, and basically as tough as the player. While the SS in Wolfenstein 2009, they go down just as quick as normal soldiers, if using the Kar-98 or the assault rifle, or the big bore upgrade for the MP40. You only notice that they've got 1/3 more health than an ordinary soldier if you're using a basic submachine gun and you haven't bought any upgrades. The Black Guards were incredibly dangerous. Their paratrooper rifles use the same ammo as the bolt-action rifle. It's basically a sort of rapid-fire sniper rifle. So if you went into a fight already low on health, then they could completely kick your ass. Just kill you in 1 or 2 bullets. And submachine gun, it was just hopeless. If you try to use a submachine gun against Black Guard and you don't have full health and armor, you're screwed. Generally speaking, the best option was to use their own weapon against them, the paratrooper rifle, which could take them out in about 5 or 6 shots or so, or to pull out the heavy weapons and blow them to bits with an anti-tank rocket launcher. You might think that's overkill, using anti-tank rockets against individual soldiers, but honestly it's not. The Black Guards are just that tough and that dangerous, especially if you're playing on the hardest difficulty. And they're not against using it themselves. They'll fire rockets at you because, you're decimating the entire Nazi army. You're worth blowing up with a rocket. Yeah, another option is the flamethrower, which would allow you to toast them around corners, set them on fire, and then let the fire take care of them without having to take any direct damage from them. And the Black Guards cause so much trouble that it's nice to do a bit of sadism and incinerate them. The Venom gun also did the trick quite nicely. Mince them up nice and quickly. That's the thing, the heavy weapons in Return to Castle Wolfenstein, they were overkill against ordinary troops, but they were pretty much designed for taking out these tougher soldiers like the Black Guards. Unlike in Wolfenstein 2009, where your ordinary submachine gun and assault rifle are more than enough to take out regular troops, and the heavy weapons are just for having a bit of a power trip and going crazy, killing everyone. In the later levels of Return to Castle Wolfenstein, I was using heavy weapons constantly. Venom gun, rocket launcher, flamethrower, and another certain weapon I'll show off later. I mentioned earlier that later in the game the regular soldiers also get a health boost. You're fighting Black Guards, which are insane bullet sponges, but also the normal troops can survive a few extra bullets. So what they decided to do when modifying Wolfenstein 2009 was to give the SS soldiers the same health as the regular troops encountered towards the end of Return to Castle Wolfenstein. That means that if you want to quickly wipe out a whole squad of SS soldiers, you'll need to use heavy weapons or buy damage upgrades, but they won't be as nightmarishly difficult as Black Guards. Anyway, that's enough about how I've made the SS more dangerous. Let's go kick their asses.
The American is here!
Perhaps I shouldn't have smashed through that door. Maybe I should have tried to be a little more stealthy.
You haven't long now, American!
Take cover!
I am proud to report that the underground rail line to the cannery will be completed next week. You can expect the first shipment of crystals soon, although our experiments are still in progress.
Underground rail line? Maybe that's the secret of the farm. Yes, and crystals. Golden Dawn did mention that the dying agent returned holding a crystal. blueprints for the flamethrower, or the Flammenwerfer. Yeah, once again, these are developers' notes showing the various upgrades. I look forward to adding those bits and bobs onto my Flammenwerfer at a later point in the game. Of course, I'm not even supposed to have the flamethrower this early. It's only because I pretended that I pre-ordered the game that I've already got one.
The Americans!
Help me! Due to a misrouted shipment, there is a shortage of shells for the 88th. Because of this, artillery munitions will be stored in the underground munitions bunker until further notice.
The 88? That sounds like a pretty big caliber. Just imagining getting a big bore upgrade for my submachine gun and make it fire 88mm bullets. No, I don't think so. Oh, bloody hell.
This way!
Oh. Yeah, that's a proper sniper. He's got a scoped Kar 98 and he's wearing the sniper uniform, or camouflage, whatever you want to call it. Is that everybody? That seems to be everybody. Phew.
Captain Kroner, during the recent tour of your facility, I found security to be severely lacking. Effective immediately, guard patrols are to be doubled, and the primary doorway into the underground facility is to be reinforced against direct attack. If these measures are not implemented promptly, I will appoint an operations officer who can carry out my orders in a more timely fashion.
Right, let's check out this Vale Wall. This little path over to this other... Oh, what the bloody hell? Where the hell did that come from? Goodness. It's a sniper. It's probably the only time I've ever seen one up close. seems like the only way to go is down. But I'm sure we'll find something if we have a little look around here. Ah! Knew it.
Stop him!
Jesus! It's a room full of SS! Chuck back their grenade. Yes. Woo!
Keep moving! No prisoners!
Woo!
No, you're here.
I really hope there's nothing else to find in here, because I've completely messed up this room. Grenades. So I'm already carrying a full complement of them. Okay.
Give me suppressive fire! Maintain fire!
Now, I'm going to try something. I think... Yes! It works. The Maya shockwave can petrify people protected by shields.
Stop him! Go, 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 go! Surrender, and I'll make your death quick. Only delaying the inevitable. Flank him! Take cover! Stop him! Take him now!
Oh!
Go, what's next?
I just got an anti-tank rocket to the face.
Take him now! Heads up! Take him now!
Now this is the Panzerschreck, reusable anti-tank rocket launcher. Now, Return to Castle Wolfenstein had the Panzerfaust, which was an earlier weapon, which was a sort of disposable launch tube. Each rocket had its own tube, but the Panzerschreck, the tank terror rather than the tank fist, that was a reusable launcher based on the American bazooka, but using larger 88mm rockets. Notice it has a sort of blast shield. Originally they didn't have that, and so the soldiers using the weapon had to wear a gas mask and a cowl to avoid getting their faces burnt off by the smoke from the rocket launching. So that blast shield was an advancement.
That man is a keep moving! Grenade out!
It's just raining body parts.
Stop him! Go, 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 go!
Where's this going then? Travelling to caverns? Welcome to the fortress of Dr. Evil! Join me next time for the next exciting episode of Let's Play Wolfenstein, where we shall be infiltrating an enormous underground secret base!